Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I just recorded my favorite products of 2021, and that's when I realized I had to go and make a list of all the ones that just didn't work for me. So today, these aren't bad products. They just don't have a place in my collection, and they don't work for me. This is where I want to tell you that you may find me talking about some of your faves, and we all wear makeup differently. I'm almost 47, I'll be 47 in January. I have a more mature skin. My texture is changing. The way I apply makeup is changing. What I'm looking for is different than it used to be. And I think that's fine. But these products just didn't give me what I was looking for. And they made me sad because I wanted to love. I didn't buy any of these going, I don't think you're going to be good. I think I'm going to waste my money. No, like I went in with high hopes and expectations of fabulousness. All right, so let's get going. By the way, thank you for watching and thank you for being subscribed. This one is hard. I haven't been able to get rid of it because I still want to love it and I still want it to work for me, and I can't get it to work for me. It's the Fenty Ease Blur Skin, what is it? Ease Drop Blurring Skin Tint. I never say the name right. It's okay. I wear the shade number 2. Shade number 1 was just a little too Casper the Ghost for me. I could make it work, but I didn't want to. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And even at one point this summer, I love the way that it looks so much. I forgave it for the fact, I mean, it's beautiful, that halfway through the day, it disappears on parts of my face. I have combo skin, and so my nose can sometimes eat through makeup. And I need a careful balance of hydrating and moisturizing, which this is, and a little bit of longevity, which this doesn't have. And I don't know, like the people who can get it to look beautiful and last all day, what is your secret? Because if you do, please let me know. I really want to love this. It looks skin-like, it looks gorgeous. It doesn't look heavy. It's everything I want in a blurring foundation-y product, except it doesn't last here and it doesn't last here. And I was like, okay, maybe it's because it's summertime and it's warmer outside. Maybe it'll do better in the cooler weather. And I pulled it out and I'm still having the same problems. So for me, it's a longevity issue because the product itself is beautiful, but I don't want to put it on at 8 in the morning and by 1 o'clock it looks terrible. I need you to go all day. I need more longevity, and that's what this product is lacking for me. And it could be that it doesn't get along with my skin type. Might be perfect for somebody who has dry or normal skin, but my combo skin is like, nope. No. And no amount of powder or primer gets that to last right here, and I end up with like a Rudolph red nose and a red chin. So that's why it's not a favorite. Another product I really wanted to love from Fenty was this. This is their Bright Fix Eye Brightener. Now, I have one that I love. This is the concealer shade. I love this. And this is one, it's the lightest of their corrector shades. This year was the year I was on the hunt for a new corrector. And this is one that I thought was gonna be great. I thought it was gonna be perfect. And it is very, very brightening. The concealer I have kept in my collection. I have decluttered this. I haven't gotten rid of my declutters yet. This is the concealer, which is shade number 3, which I love and I use on light makeup days. But this here, the reason that I struggled with this, it's really sheer. If you don't have really dark, deep under eye circles, this might be perfect for you. If you really don't need a ton of correction, I need a ton of correction. You can still see them right here. They're dark, and that's okay. The older I get, the more pronounced they get, and that's okay. I just need something that's a little bit thicker. The reason that I like the concealer is on a day when I don't need a ton of makeup and I want just a little bit, the concealer works great. The corrector is not enough, because when I would layer this concealer over this corrector, it wasn't happening. And it was like the difference between a really thin tracing paper, you can see through it, and a really thick piece of construction paper. And I don't want a thick, heavy texture, so I love the texture of this, but I needed to actually do something. I don't need it to be so transparent that it's like I didn't do anything. So for me, I needed a little bit more oomph from it. But if you don't have really heavy under eye circles, this may work great for you. I tried a lot of new powders this year. And this one initially, I really loved. I really loved it. I loved it with my whole heart until I saw myself in natural light. I still use it because I paid a lot for it. It's from Chantecaille. It's their perfect blur finishing powder. Okay, so is this a beautiful powder? Yes, yes it is. The only problem I have is that it is significantly darker than my skin tone. Like, can you see that this is definitely more yellow leaning? And I find that when I use this, even with a light brush, I can see where I have left it on my face. So I don't think I would be mad at this. It comes in two shades. You should have more than 2 shades for a powder. One is not gonna cover everybody. And normally the problem is there isn't one that's deep enough. When this first launched, this was the only shade. Was it 2019 that this came out? And you only got it in this shade. And then they added in a medium deep shade. And I don't know that that medium deep shade is gonna work for everybody, but at least there's an option. I would love this powder if it was lighter. But I remind myself, I paid $84 for this powder. I bought this powder because Teresa is Dead would not stop talking about it. And everything I have tried that she has recommended has been great. And what she said about this is true. It blurs your pores. It makes your skin look ultra perfected. Like it does all the things that it's supposed to without looking heavy or cakey, except it's too dark. It's too dark. And the weird thing is that some products that Teresa, she's also pale, she says are too dark for her, work for me, and ones that she said are perfect for her, like this one, is too dark for me. So I don't know, maybe we just like our makeup to look different on our face. But I think that if this was a drugstore powder or even a $40 powder, like a high-end powder, I wouldn't be mad at it. The reason that it's in my products that really failed me this year was that I paid $84 for this. And okay, fine, whatever. But I feel like I could only really use it in the summertime when I have a little bit more color to my face, and then I start blending in like bronzer from the jaw down just to kind of like fade from like this is one color and this is another. But I can't really use it in the wintertime. It does a great job under the eyes. It does a great job like blurring a lot of the pores on my nose. I love what it does. It's just the wrong shade. And I would buy a different shade, but there isn't one. And I don't like that some of these higher end luxury brands are really skin tone exclusive to a certain demographic. We'll just leave it there. Another product that I tried this year is from Marc Jacobs. I don't have it, I returned it. It was the combo foundation concealer. It was only half an ounce. When was the last time you bought a foundation that was only half an ounce? And okay, now it was really high coverage. And that's what didn't work for me. And the fact I, for years, have used really high coverage products, like concealer all over my face. I'll put it right where I need it, like some hyperpigmentation here, and then I'll just kind of buff whatever's left on the brush all over the rest of my face. So I am wearing concealer as foundation, so it made sense to me. And I really wanted to enjoy it, but it was too heavy. The other problem that it had is that it actually also did not last on my nose. And so I was like, I'm paying $40 for a half an ounce of product. I took it back to Sephora, it went back. It did not last I didn't even have it for a month before I was like, nope, I wanted to love you, you just didn't do it. This is one that I picked up from Oden's Eye. This is their Alba Fruit Blusher. I think it's super cute. The reason that I didn't like this was that when I started blending it out, and I'm not having the problem here, it's starting to do it. It got patchy. That's a problem, where it's a little bit lighter here and it's a little bit darker here. And even I use synthetic brushes, I use natural hair brushes, I used my fingers over a set face, over an unset face. Like I tried so many different ways to get this. I just don't feel like this formula is a great formula. And it really, it left a bad taste in my mouth. And I want to keep trying more Oden's Eye products, but I'm more likely to buy an Oden's Eye like eyeshadow palette because I loved the one I got, but I don't know that I would try any more of their face products. This blush let me down big time. Everybody loves this blush and I don't get it. It's the e.l.f. Putty Blush. I have the shade Tahiti. One thing that I hate about this is that the label for this is like right here. Do you see how it's clear and it has this little light gray? That's the label. Why couldn't you put a sticker on the bottom? Why couldn't you put that clear thing on the black part so you could read it? It seems a little weird to me. That's my first pet peeve. The other problem I have with this is that it's a beautiful color. The shade is Tahiti. You think it would look great. In a finger swatch, it looks amazing. But the minute I start to blend it in, it ends up getting really, really, really patchy. And you can see it right here. Like I was blending evenly over every single area and there's a chunk right here in the middle. And the more I try and blend it in, the more certain areas end up like blending away. I don't know. And it's one that kind of dries down to a powdery finish, so you kind of got to go. I tried this with a sponge. I tried this with the Duo Fiber e.l.f. brush. I tried this with a high-end, like natural hair brush. I used my fingers. I tried everything I could. Set face, unset face. I cannot get this to work. It always ends up looking like there's like right here, it's a little bit lighter, like there's a chunk missing. And I don't want, the more you blend, the more it goes bye-bye. And if I'm trying to blend it so that I can get one place where there's more pigment, to a place where there's less pigment, and the more I blend, the more everything just disappears, or I can't get that one spot to work, I don't want to work that hard. I don't care that you're affordable. I don't care that other people love you. I can't figure it out. I don't know. And because I really struggled with this putty blush, there was no way I was picking up the putty bronzer. Some people really love these products. They have skills I do not have, but I wanted to love it. I had super high hopes. And the color is beautiful. I can't figure it out. Another blush that I had, and it was okay. It was just really high maintenance. It was one from Rare Beauty. And it was the one that came in that super cute little pink compact. It looked adorable. I had the mauve one and my mom fell in love with it. She was visiting this summer. She's like, oh, what's that? That's so pretty. And I said, well, do you want to try it? And she liked it and it worked for her. The problem I had with that would have probably gone back to Sephora, is that you had to put it right where you wanted it and blend it in and never touch it again. Don't try and put like highlight over the top, because also a same problem I had with this, it would get patchy, it would start to blend away, and you could keep adding more, and it did what this one didn't. You could add more and fix it, but you had to work really hard. I worked so hard to get that blush to work. I love the color. I love the way that it melted on my fingers. I thought that melting blush was beautiful. It just was too high maintenance for me. And I usually, if I'm gonna take time to put on makeup, I don't wanna spend like half of my time fixing my blush. Another product that really didn't work for me and that I returned is from Milani. It's their Supercharged Blush. I wanted to love this. It's one of the first cream products I picked up this year. And the problem that I had with it was that anytime I put it on my cheeks, unless I was bare face and only wearing this one product, it ate through any product I had underneath. I tried, putting some on the back of my hand, picking it up, and then tapping it on, and it still picked up any foundation or concealer I had down. It didn't work well over a set face, and that's fine because some cream products don't. They only work well over other cream products. But it picked up any foundation or concealer I had down. It didn't play well with others, and it only looked good when you wore it just on a bare face. I couldn't figure it out, and I didn't want to have something in my collection like that. It was also supposed to be for the lips, like a lip and cheek duo, and it looked great on the lips, but it was like a giant chapstick, and it was like really large, and it was easy for me to get it outside of my lip line. I feel like it'd be great for scribbling on the cheeks and doing this, but if you're wearing any other like the minute I did that the first time, I saw a streak of like where it ate through my foundation just as I was wiping it on. It's extremely emollient. I couldn't get it to work for me. I've tried a lot of highlighting products this year. Some were great, some were just okay. Some I loved in theory and don't look very good on me, but they make me happy, so they're not in this like video. There was one that was just the worst, and I'm sure it's because I don't wear makeup the way it was intended to be used. It was from Danessa Myricks. It was the Dewy Balm. When I swatched it at Sephora, it was glowy, it was beautiful, it looked glass-like, it looked so pretty, oh! But it was one of those that it, like the Milani product, it stayed dewy all day, and if I picked up I had cat hair, my hair would get stuck in it, and it ate through everything I had underneath. It was so emollient. It would look beautiful on just bare skin. Or if you're Danessa Myrick and you know how to use the product and you're a professional makeup artist, you can probably make it do anything. I couldn't get it to work for me, and I didn't want to continue having to play with it and figure it out. I also don't like my cheeks to constantly, they feel hydrated now because I'm wearing cream products, but they don't feel sticky or tacky. And I don't want like where my hair is going to get stuck to stuff. And that's what that dewy balm did. And it just was not for me. It's not a product that I would ever enjoy the feel of on my skin. So I definitely took that one back. I really wanted to love this mascara. This is the Batter Boom mascara from Sharon C by Uma Beauty. This is a new line that has been launched at Walmart. You can also get it on the Uma Beauty website. I wanted to love this so bad because look at this. The wand is beautiful. You see how it's got a slight twist to it? I think, is it Laura Mercier? There is I think a mascara from Laura Mercier that I had a sample of once. It had one of these twisted mascara wands where it kind of looks like you just grabbed it and gave it a little twist. It combed through my lashes beautifully. This did the same thing. I didn't have clumpy lashes. It was amazing. But it smudged and flaked. So I have smaller eyes. I'm one of those people that when I laugh, my cheeks raise and they touch, or if I'm really laughing, I cringe my eyes up. And so my mascara will end up touching down here. And I use the same concealers that I have, and I always set them with powder. And if this is the only mascara that is smudging, oh no. No. I have other ones that are affordable drugstore priced mascaras that do way better than this. So between the smudging and the flaking, not for me. This is another one from the Sharon C by Uma Beauty. I wanted to love this. I tried all the makeup that they launched in their initial launch, and I'm a little hesitant. They've done a second launch where they have some, I think some lipsticks and other things. I'm a little afraid. I don't know. So this is the It's Complicated Lip Tint Oil and Gloss. All right, I have the shade Classy, and it's basically, as you can see, a bright red. I'm gonna stain my hands here, and I'm gonna have to be okay with that. It looked beautiful right out of the tube. It looked shiny, but it dries down. Now, when it says oil and gloss, like lip oil and gloss, I expected this to be shiny. And if it needed, okay, maybe it stains underneath, but I wanted it to stay shiny. Eventually, this dries down. It turns to this. I just gave it a little blot. But if you were to wear it for 4 hours, the problem I had is that the lip oil part made me think that it would be nourishing. It was not. It was very drying on my lips. I did a wear test when I tried this for the first time. I wore it once. That was all it took. Anytime I'm trying a new product, I make sure that my lips are beautifully exfoliated, that they're hydrated, that they are not going to be dry and crispy. I don't try a product out on dry and crispy lips because that's just not fair. So my lips were perfectly hydrated. They were the picture of health. And at the 4-hour mark, they looked dry. They've been flaking, they've been peeling. And some products really bring that out in my lips, where my lips are like, we're parched. And so they start to peel and flake. And this is a lip stain. So some parts of it would be really dark and some parts of it would be really light. And then where the skin had really all the way peeled off, there'd be a stripe of bare skin with no color on it. I don't know. I could not get this to work. I could not get this to work. I didn't want to get this to work. So NARS put out their Air Matte Lip this year, and I loved a color. I forget what color it was. It was an orangey tomatoey red, and I wanted to love it so much. I loved the packaging. I loved the shade, but when I put that on, and it was comfortable. It wasn't one of those that dries down immediately, like you put it on and 5 minutes later, it's like no color transfer. It was soft. It was moussey. It felt comfortable, but it dried my lips out. And I started having that same peeling, flaking situation. And the minute a lip product does that to me, forget about it. And then on top of that, the fact that it was $20+ product, I was like, no. So I went back to Ulta. We did not live together, that NARS lip matte color. Some people really like them. They just don't get along with my lips. If your lips are not as prone to peeling when they get really dry, you may really like that product because it was comfortable on the lips, but it did dry them out over the course of the day. I picked up this lipstick from Odin's Eye. This is from their Alba collection. This is their cream lipstick in the shade Brown Rose. So I think the packaging is really pretty. It has like the detail here. It has, you know, Odin's Eye name. It's super pretty. And this color was also, you know, kind of like a terracotta-y reddish shade. I liked it. The problem I had with this lipstick was that it started to like travel outside of my lip line. Some lipsticks do and some lipsticks don't. And I'm telling you, even a lip liner could not save this. There was no amount of lining my lips to try and contain it. It just still kind of, when the warmth of your skin kind of warms it up, it just instantly starts to trail out. And it's pretty and it's comfortable. It's a, you know, a cream glossy lipstick, so it's not gonna last forever. It worked best for me when I did this to it. I had kind of like a blurred lip line, but I'm losing volume in my lips. I don't want something that's gonna show that I'm losing volume in my lips and that I have these wrinkles around the edges of my lips. I have so many other lipsticks that stay exactly where I put them. I feel like it's a comfortable lipstick. I really wanted to like it. It just didn't work for me and where my lips are in their journey. Another one that also kind of eased out everywhere is this one from Essence. This is their long-lasting lipstick. I would not say it's long-lasting. This is the shade Passionate. As you can see, there's a bit of shine to this one. And I feel like the more that I wore this, I wore it for a while. It's really comfortable. It's really affordable. I feel like they do have a nice kind of collection of colors. If you tend to have problems with product feathering outside, I would not recommend this formula. And it's mainly for the fact that no amount of lip liner, lip pencil, nothing could keep it in the lip area. It just kind of trailed out. And to me, I don't want to have to babysit a lipstick because I could babysit either one of these and, you know, fix the edge of my lipstick and keep, no, I don't want to work that hard. I want to know that if I swipe you on, you're going to stay where I put you. I don't mind the reapplying. I don't mind that if you don't last for like all day. That's fine. But the minute you start leaving your designated area, oh no, I don't have patience for that. There was another drugstore product that I tried this year. It was from e.l.f. I fell in love with their Sheer Slicks last year. And so when they came out with their Hydrating Core Lip Shine, it had a little heart in the middle that had like all this nourishing stuff. I was like, yes. Okay, so it looked great on the lips. The smell though literally made me sick to my stomach. I couldn't wear it. And because it's not a scent that dissipates, I would put it on and then I would smell it for however long it lasted on my lips, hours. I'm just thinking about it now makes me like, ugh, gross. So if you have a sensitive nose, I would recommend against that one. But the scent, and it might have been just the one that I got, like the color, each one has a different scent. I just could not abide it. It literally made my stomach turn. And if you have a sensitive nose, and I don't really feel like I have a sensitive nose, but some things are just like, whoa, no, not for me. That was one of them. I really wanted to love this LA Girl matte lipstick. It's their flat velvet lipstick. I love that the packaging shows you right here the color that it is. I like that it's all black. I like also that it comes in slimline packaging. I think this is great. I have it in a red called Gossip. It tends to be more like a raspberry or a watermelon red. It has more of that pink lean to it. The problem I have with this is that it is one of those that it's dry to go on, and when you put it on, your whole lip moves and tugs with it every single time. The other thing is that it wasn't comfortable. It dried my lips out. I don't want any flaking. I don't want that tugging feeling. I want it to glide. And I know that there are some beautiful drugstore formulas out there. I wanted to love this one, and red is my favorite color. I just couldn't get behind this one. Out of all the ones I was trying for a red from the drugstore lipstick, that was one of the worst. That one and the Essence one, because the Essence one was going out, and that one because it was just uncomfortable. Didn't like it. It felt thick and heavy too. It felt like you had like a lot of something on your lips just with one pass. I don't think it's a very elegant formula. I picked this one up in January. This is from Wet n Wild. This is their matte lipstick. I have some beefs with this. First of all, this is as far down as it goes. So you better believe I have nicked the tip of this, and there is product inside the cap from me trying to put it back on and gouging it. So I have to be more careful, but I don't want to have to be that precious. If I wind it down all the way, I want to be able to shove the cap on and then off we go. This is a beautiful shade. This is the shade Wine Room, but that's one swipe. You see how it kind of looks like it caught here, and then as I tried to get it, it really tugs and grabs at your lip. Some people really love this formula. I don't. And you can see how it's kind of patchy, and I keep trying to like get more over. I keep putting more and more over. I don't know. It's not comfortable to apply. It's not an elegant formula. And then on top of that, this one dries my lips out. It turns it to a literal raisin. And I get like, I already have lines in my mouth. Part of that is that I'm 47. And the other part of that is that when I put something on there that is not nourishing and hydrating, and it sucks all the life out of my lips, then it makes them look older. It makes them look pruny. It was not beautiful. And then halfway through the day, my lips started to peel. No. So it's $3, but unless you have cast iron lips, I wouldn't recommend this. My last one I really wanted to love. I wanted to love it with my whole heart because it is a beautiful color from a brand that I love. And I meant to return it because I wanted my money back, and I missed my window of opportunity. So this is me reminding you that if a product doesn't work for you, every place, I believe almost every place, will let you return even a product that you've used. And that's good to know. So for me, it was this new Power Move matte lipstick from Bite. Oh, I love Bite lipsticks. I love the Amuse Bouche formula that they no longer make. I have loved so many of their they had a balmy one that had like a little lip heart core in the middle years ago that was shiny and glossy and beautiful. They've had so many great formulas over the years, and I've never had a bad lip product from Bite until this. Now, it could just be it's this one shade, or it could be that it does to my lips what this did. It dried them out, it made it look more lined, it wore off a little bit weird in the middle. That's fine. Can I touch it up? When I tried to apply more, then it started getting goopy in other places and kind of bunching up. I didn't like that. I, of course, bought a bright red. I love red, and this is the shade Hot Tomato. I love this shade. It is very reminiscent in texture and feel to the Powder Kiss lipsticks from MAC. But what the MAC lipsticks do that this one doesn't is that it feels comfortable and nourishing. This one feels good right off the bat, and it's really pretty. And it does really look great when you take the time to kind of blend it in. It's pretty. It's so pretty. I kept wanting to love it because I'd had nothing but positive experiences before with Bite. And I'm like, I'm just not doing it right. There's something wrong here. And the truth is, the formulation of this, it is very much a drier formula, but it glides. There's some nice silicones in here, but the problem was it dried my lips out. And pretty soon they started looking dehydrated, and then they started looking raisiny or pruny, and then I started getting where it was starting to peel. Some lipsticks that I have, they will power through a meal. And I'm not talking like a greasy piece of pizza or oily salad dressing, just like a regular meal or a snack. This didn't. This wore off like right here in the middle. Okay, fine. Then I want to be able to, you know, either smush my lips together and redistribute what I have around the edges to the center, or to just take it out and reapply. The problem I had was that I couldn't redistribute because it kind of dries, and where it dries, like, please don't move it. And the minute I tried to apply more over to fill in the patch in the middle that was missing, and I don't mind doing that, it started to grab onto what was around it, and it started to get a little bit bunchy and weird. Texturally, it felt different. It didn't layer up on itself. You would have to remove the whole thing and then put another layer on, and I was like, it was time for that. And especially with a bright color like this is a high maintenance color. I don't mind being high maintenance. I wear a ton of red. I love red. It's literally my favorite shade of lipstick. And I was sure that this new formula in this bright tomato red called Hot Tomato was going to be exactly what my little heart desired. And it was probably the biggest lipstick letdown of the year. I still remember feeling like, oh, it just made me sad. It made me sad. But I kept it even when I went through my makeup declutter, because I was like, I'm going to find a way. I'm going to mix it with something else. I'm going to make it work for me. And I don't know, maybe I need to let go. Maybe just realize that me and this formula, we do not get along. My lips are a little finickier than they used to be. Thank you so much for watching today. I would love to know if there was a product that you wanted to love, because I didn't go into any of these purchases this year thinking, I know that's going to be terrible, let's try it anyway. No, I only buy what I'm genuinely interested in. And there's so much out there that I didn't try this year, and that's fine. But I thought every single one of these was going to be a hit for me, and I was disappointed when they weren't. I would love to know if there was any product that you tried this year that you wanted to love. Like, I bought every single one of these with the intention of, ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, that looks exciting. Ooh, I want to try that. And I didn't go into it knowing like, oh, it's gonna be terrible, let's try it anyway. No, I knew that every single one of these excited me when I saw them. If you had a product like that that you really wanted to love that was just not for you, let me know what it was in the comments down below. And also, what about it? Was it formula? Was it color? Was it textural? What was it that didn't work for you? Was it the longevity? I would love to know. And I also wanted to say thank you for watching. I know I say that, but I forget to regularly share how much I appreciate your time, the time that you take to watch, to comment. And if you have ever shared my channel with somebody else, that just means the world to me. So thank you so much. I am grateful for you. Thanks for watching today. Have a remarkable day, and I will see you again soon.